Hi guys, it is Tuesday, June 24th, 2014. I apologize, it's been so long since I've made a video. I know I said I was going to be doing it regularly, and then things have just been completely crazy. So I just wanted to kind of check in and update on a couple things that I had talked about previously, and then kind of mention a couple other things. First of all, I did get a couple comments on my video about starting the DesBio series therapy for EBV. I'm currently, well, when I first put that video out, our plan was for me to take half of a vial of that EBV series every 3 days, and then eventually, after a couple weeks, up it to a full vial. That ended up being way too much for my body to handle. So what we ended up doing is keeping it at half a vial each dose, but moving it to every 5 days, which I still had problems with. Like, every dose that I would take, the first box, so the first, vials 1 through 10, half a vial every 5 days. That first box, with every single dose, the day that I would take the dose, the next day or 2, or sometimes even 3, I would be stuck in bed and not able to move, and more often than not, the first day after it, I would have that awful feeling that you get if you've ever had mono, where not only do you not have an appetite, but the thought of food, looking at food, or even, water or Gatorade or anything, just absolutely makes you sick and repulses you. And thankfully, that typically lasted only for like a day at a time, so then the next 4 days were okay until I took my dose, then it happened again. But I am currently going through the second box, still at half a vial every 5 days. The first box, I went vials 1 through 10, and the vial number 1 in each box is the strongest, and then it gets less strong and less concentrated of the EBV as you get to vial 10. But since the first box I did was vial 1 through 10, I'm now going backwards on the second box. So I started with vial 10, and then 9, 8, and yesterday I took the first half of vial 7, and as you can see, yeah, I'm not up running around or anything, but I took my dose yesterday, and when I just now mentioned how the first complete box, I was in bed flat all day, couldn't have any light whatsoever. Even this little bit of light that's coming through the window right now, I wouldn't have been able to tolerate. I'd need my sunglasses on. I'd have to have a cold pack on my head. This is the day after my most recent dose yesterday, and I'm at least able to sit up, make a video, talking pretty coherently, and that has been a big area that has continued to improve for me. I still do have cognitive issues and quite a bit of brain fog, not frog, particularly when I'm having a flare-up of any number of physical symptoms, whether it's Lyme, Mycoplasma, Bartonella, EBV, or whether it's presenting via arthritis, OCD, anxiety, or anything, because we all know that Lyme and co-infections can do all of that. But overall, my communication and ability to speak and form sentences and things is still improving each day in the big picture, even though there are still some bad days. Another thing that I've realized with the EBV series is that my fatigue has improved, which is great, because that's one thing we were hoping with the EBV, is that the fatigue would start improving, and that has. there are still days where, even today, I'm able to sit up and film this video, but I haven't been able to do much else, and won't even try to venture out of the house, even in a wheelchair. But on the plus side, where I said my fatigue has improved. A month ago, when I was still in the middle of the first box, the first series of this EBV, or I guess towards the end of the first box, the fatigue would have been so bad that the day after I, again, was flat in bed for 2 or 3 days, not functioning. And now today I think I'll probably get up and either use my scooter board or my walker to get to the living room and spend the day sitting up on the couch, socializing, being social, aka watching TV with my husband, and trying to play with my dog that I love to death but who hates me. But so that's good. The cognitive stuff is improved. The fatigue and has lessened / energy overall is better. Obviously, with the exception of the bad flare days, where I still, every once in a while something hits, whether it's related to the full moon or herxing or just some random act of Lyme and Co's. And then I'm just, flatlined. But overall, like I said, the fatigue has improved, so that is great. Let's see. One other thing that I wanted to mention, and I'm not going to elaborate a lot on it right now, but I did want to throw it out there, is that I have been using essential oils, and I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with them. I would assume that if you've done any digging into the natural life type stuff, which most of us have to some extent that are dealing with these illnesses, you've at least heard of essential oils. And I have one sitting here on my nightstand right now. It's you can see it's, there's the camera, it's grapefruit oil, but I actually I have so many: grapefruit, peppermint, several different blends. They've been a huge help for me, and I'll do a video specifically on them later. But I would, I would encourage you to do some research, because and I've made a believer out of my entire family, whether it's for allergies, pain, headaches, arthritis, stomach pain, anxiety. The list is endless for the things that essential oils can help. And again, like I said, I'll try to make a video about that later, at a later date, hopefully sooner than the time that elapsed between this one and my last one, but be on the lookout for that. And I guess the last thing, just to kind of update, is we had an appointment with my doctor last week, and we did discuss that, within the next couple months we would probably be finishing up the EBV treatment, and at the same time adding, like, the next thing in line is going to be doing the DesBio series therapy for Bartonella, another co-infection. So I plan on enjoying this next little while I'm finishing up the EBV and have this renewed energy before we start the Bartonella, because as anyone with any of this knows, when you start a new phase of treatment, you almost assuredly have to go through a period where you're knocked down and feel a lot worse than you did before, but that's, that's just going through the storm to get through into the clear weather and see the rainbow. I guess that sounds so cliche, but that's what it is. The catchphrase is, you have to get better before or of course I got it backwards. Here I was talking about my improved brain fog, but you a lot of times have to get worse before you get better. So we'll see how that all goes. I still have no doubt at all that God is going to heal me completely and fully, because it is His will to heal His children. So I pray daily in expectation for healing, and I know it's going to come. It's in His time and not mine, but it will come eventually. I have no doubt about that. One last little quick note, in case you're wondering, this that is draped on me right here is actually a big wrap filled with flaxseed. I know that there are some out there on the market made with rice and stuff, but they can be either heated up in the microwave or put in, like, the freezer to get cold, whether you need hot or cold therapy. And this one, I had kind of wrapped around me like a shawl almost, because my shoulders and neck and upper back muscles are kind of achy and tense today. So I've got this heat right now. I have one designed just to go over your eyes that I typically keep in the freezer to help when I have bad episodes of the trigeminal neuralgia, which is something else that has, over the past few months, gotten exponentially worse. But I think it's because our bodies go through the healing crisis when they're fighting these infections and trying to get rid of them, and it's just all part of it. Thankfully, it is not too bad right now because I'm able to not wear my sunglasses. I'm able to open my eye and my ears not completely stabbing in pain, which is another reason why I decided to go ahead and make the video today. And that's another one that I plan on making a video just about trigeminal neuralgia as well later on down the road, but in interest of making this one not any longer than it already is, I will leave it at that. And I hope everyone is having a great summer, and I know most of us are very heat intolerant, so if that is the case, I hope you're able to stay cool, and if that is not the case, I hope you're able to go out and enjoy these summer days, and just have fun, and always remember that you can always find something to be thankful for, even if it's the ability to lie in bed and pray, the ability to turn on Netflix and zone out if you're just completely overwhelmed with everything, or just the ability to breathe. I try to start every morning by thanking God just for waking me up and giving me another day at life. And if I forget in the morning, I try to make sure I say that before I go to sleep. So I hope everyone, like I said, is having a great summer, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.